Hey you guys, it's Moonlander back with another horror movie review. And today we're going to be looking at the movie From a House on Willow Street.
You guys need to go back to the house.
You should really let me go. Or you're all gonna die tonight.
Now this is a South African movie directed by Alistair Orr. And it's about a group of criminals that plan to kidnap this daughter of this wealthy diamond guy. And they're going to hold her ransom. And never mind that the daughter looks like she's over 30 years old. Why they casted somebody that old to play a daughter, I don't know. But anyways, after they kidnap her, it's not long before they find out something's wrong with her. And they can't get a hold of the parents, so they send two of the guys back to the house. And they find the parents mutilated and dead in bed. And then they find two dead priests in the basement. It looks like they tried to perform an exorcism on her.
There's something very wrong with that house on Willow Street. We want it back here.
So they've kidnapped this woman and she's possessed by a demon. And as the movie goes on, you find out that they all have things in their past that haunt them, and this demon just happens to feed off of people who are grieving, and it needs 4 souls in order to evolve into its next stage or whatever. It sounds pretty cool, and the trailer was really cool. The trailer is what made me excited to watch this. They tricked me into watching it because they edited the trailer in a way where you think this is going to be a high adrenaline action horror movie. And they showed some shots of the guys shooting and the woman shooting a pump shotgun in slow motion. And first of all, the guys shooting are like one guy's like shooting at a ghost of his daughter, and it was totally irrational the way he acted that part. I just thought it was completely stupid. And he shot his handgun like 3 times and it was empty, and it was like the first time he'd even shot it. There's lots of little details throughout this whole movie that really bugged me. And then when they show the woman shooting a pump action shotgun, she's like emptying this shotgun on the demon woman or possessed woman, who clearly has the ability to deflect bullets, so like buckshot's not gonna do anything. And she even made shooting a pump action shotgun look completely unnatural for this character. And she's supposed to be like this badass criminal that's willing to kidnap someone's daughter and hold them hostage. It just didn't sit well with me. I really felt like this movie had no respect for its audience or for horror fans. I thought the writing and the acting in this movie were terrible. I mean, I'd even go as far as to say that like the editing and directing were bad too. Toward the end of the movie, they even managed to mess up a head bashing scene. And I just feel like that's one of those things that's really hard to get wrong. But I've never seen anybody get a head bashing scene so wrong. The way it cuts, it just, there's like, you don't get any emotional feel out of watching this. And that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a release of frustration, and all it did was frustrate me. And then there was a scene toward the end where this woman, the main character, climbs in the wrecked van, and she has a flashlight with her. For some reason, she picks up a lighter and starts flicking it like she's in a hurry to find something to do, but there's nothing flammable around, and she already has a light source. So I had no idea why they had her do that, other than to just make it look like she was frantically trying to do something. Yeah, and if you pay attention to the dialogue in this movie, the writing, it's like they put no effort at all into the writing. And the characters are dumb and unbelievable. They're not even slightly realistic. But I guess if I had to say anything good about this movie, I guess some of the makeup was pretty decent. And hey, they had enough to make a good trailer with. Personally, I think you would have to be wasted to get any enjoyment out of this movie. Or if you don't like to think at all about what you're watching, then you might get some enjoyment out of this movie. I looked through the IMDb reviews, and it was like people either thought it was decent or they thought it was just flat out terrible. And I'm one of the people that thought it was flat out terrible. I thought they had all the tools and budget to make at least a pretty cool movie. And the storyline's alright, that's kind of interesting. But they totally blew it, and I feel like it was just out of lack of effort. And I found it really I found it like they had no respect for the audience or horror fans. And I felt offended by watching this movie. And I don't really get that way about movies, but this one really bugged me. I mean, because most people that are making movies, it's because they want to do it. But this one, I don't know what their intentions were. Yeah, I just don't understand the intentions of the people that produced this movie or the guy directing it, and the writer too. Jesus, man, it is bad. So basically, I feel like they just didn't care to make a decent movie or put much effort into doing it. So it's gonna take a lot for me to give a movie a 1 out of 10. But I'm going to do it with this movie because, like I said, it offended me. And I'm going to remember the director's name because I'm not going to watch any movies by him or the production company. I mean, Jesus, man. Alright, guys. Well, I'll see you on the next review. Please comment if you have any thoughts or if you've seen this movie and feel differently about it. I'd be happy to discuss it with you. Alright guys, see you next time.